music business, not the music, in the movie business, do you guys find that it's that same resistance and apprehension with regards to
both working from home, the high-speed internet is absolutely critical.
Get Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds as fast as downloads. Internet plans start at just $39.99. And now, when you switch, get up to 12 months of the Disney bundle on us. Only from Verizon.
We've been watching history unfold.
Are you ready for a new beginning?
Let's go deeper on this.
This is make or break.
It's having an effect on our daily lives.
There are 2 new developments to talk about. Here are 5 things.
in regards to working with our own?
Yes.
I'm gonna let Charles answer that.
Yeah. As evidenced by writers' names that are on Straight Outta Compton. 4 white. But it was rewritten by 4 black.
Wait, say that again, please.
What?
Yeah, Straight Outta Compton.
Put the mic closer.
Oh, sorry. If you look at the names on Straight Outta Compton, if you IMDb it and look at the writers' names, those are all white names. But I know the black people who came behind those guys and did the writing.
I was about to say, it's damn near impossible for somebody that's not of the culture to write Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, but what that got to do with the business of Straight Outta Compton?
That is
You already
crazy.
know what time it is.
Look at her.
And so, and this is no
Well, I
slight
thought they put
against.
Gary Grant's name up there.
He directed.
F. Gary.
Yeah, but and this is no slight against anybody, but we buy into everything is about narrative. Everything is a story, right? And when you see brothers or sisters saying, "Well, I need this person to get me through the door," that's a narrative.
True.
Right? Even when there are examples of people going, I don't need to go my own door, right? Your ego. Because when you mention Tech Nine is probably gone, hey,
Good half money.
if I got to do all the work, I'll do all the work. And those 10 million people, I don't need 20 million, right? In the movie business, the narrative is always, you want to be on the front of Variety? You want to be on the front of Hollywood Reporter? You want to be on the front of, Headline?
Yeah.
And there are people who are still making millions of bucks on YouTube, right? They ain't got that market.
True.
They ain't got that whole thing in place.
True.
But they don't care that they don't have all of that stuff.
But that's life. I think that some people would rather, in any arena, in any forum, right? Even in I own a construction company. So I know plumbers that make $400,000 a year, right? 300-400 grand easily. With no sweat. But then you have people that will shun them, but big up the lawyer that's chasing ambulances for 90 grand a year because the lawyer moniker and the doctor moniker sound better than electrician and plumber. So I think the notoriety that comes along with being on Vanity Fair, I could be making Tech Nine. I remember Joe and them first went on the Slaughterhouse tour. And he was like, yo, and this was, how many years ago? Was this 15? Yeah, this is 15, 20 years ago. And Joe was like,
years ago.
It was like 15.
12.
It had to be like 15
12
almost.
years ago.
Yo, and Joe was like, I'm like, who the hell is Tech Nine? And he was like, that's the point. And he said, yo, these niggas have, I don't know if you remember even telling me the story. Like, yo, it's 18-wheelers. These niggas have one 18-wheeler that is all merch in that bitch. And then the other 18-wheeler is Bentleys. They traveling with their cars. On tour with them.
So where that shifts is the narrative of the movie business is that they want you as the creative to detach from the business. We'll handle that for you. Right?
You don't want to be burdened by this.
Yeah.
We got you. It's a headache.
You want to be placated. You want to be lifted up. You want to feel like you're one of one. We'll take care of it.
We're going to market you and boost you up for your notoriety, but we're going to steal all the bread that's beneath it.
That's the same thing they do in the music. They do it in music. They do it in everything. And like to what you were saying about the acts today that can put it together themselves, like they don't really need these companies, these these labels, that's when they go and tweak the rules. Like, all right, cool, y'all found a way around us, so we're gonna change the entire board up to
Where
now.
you gonna need us?
You still need us. Now we just created a whole new door that wasn't even there.
So for you to get on a playlist, you gotta come.
Yeah, now it's
for you to do
playlist.
this,
You gotta come to us.
You gotta have cojones.
Let me throw this
Yeah,
at you.
let me just say this real quick, before you say that.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So let me just throw this at you. I'm gonna say 3 names: Issa Rae, Lena Waithe, Justin Simmons. Dear white people. You know what they all have in common? YouTube. They created themselves in the YouTube universe to a degree that when they walked through the door, they had the power.
They could put their penis on the table and say something. Got you.
Right.
Lena Waithe, who and who?
Issa Rae.
And Dustin Simeon.
I don't know.
Justin Simmons. Justin did Dear White People, right? But here's what he did. He did the same thing that Morgan Cooper did, which led to his 2-season pickup for Bel Air. He created a 2-minute trailer for Dear White People. And he put it on YouTube. And it got so many hits that when they walked into the studio, they said, look, these people are going to become the audience.
Oh my God.
Is that what they did for Bel Air as well?
Yes.
Bel Air's trailer was amazing. I remember us coming in here months before.
Kid
It was
from
like,
Kansas City. He says it. I'm driving across the bridge, and I said, oh, I wonder what Fresh Prince of Bel Air would look like if it was a drama.
today.
And he made a 2-minute trailer.
Wow. What's crazy is
It blew up so strong that people went, oh, there's something here.
I buy into that.
Right?
Gotcha.
But what they
so
were
niggas are shooting the
creating-
trailers before they even have a show.
Yo, somebody just did the same thing for Martin.
Got it.
For the Martin for
Think of it.
exact same thing. Made a drama
like
trailer.
A long form version of a deck.
Of a demo, yeah.
Of a deck.
Right?
But what I was gonna say is that, and then to me, there's like this deeper thing. Even with like me and Charles, we've become close friends over this whole journey. But I did have people on my side, on my quote unquote team, like, I don't know if you want to work with him.
Why?
He got
Tell
a
him
bad
why.
reputation.
Charles is great.
This, that, no. He is great. I know that.
Fuck the niggas talking about.
But I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
That's how they dissuade us from working
But
with
that's,
our own.
but I'm like, yo, but first of all, he's an incredible artist. I think the guy's a genius. And we broke bread together, around our kids and all of that. There's that part of it. But here's this thing that we're trying to do that offers ownership to both. So why would you
I was
Yeah,
also
from that.
I was also
Yeah.
called a tyrant by one of the biggest agencies in this town, in LA.
But you seem that way.
You know.
You don't seem like you comply.
Yeah, you don't seem like I'm
but
conforming.
But here's the thing. Look at it.
That gets labeled
when
certain.
it doesn't look like me.
You're a mogul.
Exactly.
Or you're ambition, or you're aggressive, or whatever the case may be.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Following the
horrible.
flow of the conversation, I know it's probably gonna come up, but stick with what you just said. What were we talking about earlier today when people were talking about, the Will, Chris Rock, and things like that? What was the counter?
That it was mental health.
But also not.
For who?
But hold on. Talking about let's compare.
Right. Tom Cruise. Right. Tom Cruise having that meltdown that you can find the audio of on YouTube on Mission Impossible.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Christian
Bale.
Right. I mean, I can go on and give you a
Mel Gibson.
list of
It's a bunch.
Mel Gibson telling
Mel
his
Gibson.
wife that 9 N-words are going to show up at her door.
Hope you get raped by a pack of wild
You
niggas.
talking now.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like we're not allowed to make
We're not-
mistakes and be human.
because the if you keep the narrative, people don't get it. If you keep the narrative a certain way, you also have to understand that you've been trained to accept
Exactly.
the narrative.
And that brings it back to what you
trying
were
to
saying.
shut up.
That brings it back to what you were saying about the sneakers.
No, you're right.
See what I'm saying?
I said,
DeLonghi, espresso made right.
It's not to be.
It is to unfold
Unravel.
and travel.
To places you ain't never
You
seen.
ain't never seen.
And that's just on top.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, baby?
Blackness
in food and
That brings it back to what we were talking about earlier about the sneakers.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is about
Validation.
My whole thing is about us working together. The sad part of American history and history in general is that black people have to take care of our tribe. But even with what you guys have built here, the tribe has nothing to do with race. But that's a unique thing, and it's a normal thing. That's exciting moving forward in the future. My kids, I'm pretty sure your kids, their friend groups don't even look at race the way that we do. They don't carry that weight. But in the heaviness of like making real moves in terms of business and ownership and this, that, and the other, and when you get into the machine and you realize, oh, this whole thing is really, really rigged in a legislative way. Not just, Hollywood or music. It's like they got laws that, you know what I'm saying? That will rattle your mind. And so I say this to the people who may not be of color, Parks aside, because
I told you, it ain't gonna be.
What this nigga Risky on?
I don't know, this nigga, the motherfucking joint. Bro, you nigga on the motherfucking 2K in the game chat.
Fuck.
Okay, Ray.
Nah, fuck that.
Okay. You win some, you lose some.
You got his square.
Oh, this nigga said, wait. What you wanna join up?
We can.